And this here is missing for Lula to really get into trouble in this whole issue that involved this carnival mess. That's it. What people are doing, they're grabbing all the evidence they can, even what they shouldn't, so they can release everything at once. They're waiting for a little time to pass, right? So that everything doesn't end up in Carmen Lucia's hands. Because we know very well what's going to happen, and leave everything in Kassio Nunes' hands to put pressure on him too. Pressure on him. I'm going to show you here. The house is falling apart, guys. It's falling. Yes, it is. Today I saw Malu Gaspar kicking the bucket again. That's how it is. I'll show everything here, but keep an eye on it. And that helps to engage here on the platform, here on YouTube. An old timer comes to do it for our family. While you're at it, leave your comment. Before that, I want to leave that little message we always bring here, folks. This product that I advertise here every day, right? It's the flagship here on our channel. Because I managed to lose 20 kd and I'm going to give a tip here for everyone. You're going to take it. It really suppresses hunger, right? Especially when we're feeling anxious and want to keep eating, snacking all the time. Slim Ferb is for that, especially when you're about to eat a meal. Sometimes the person is really anxious and even puts more food on their plate. Slim Ferb is for that, and then it helps with digestion and burns naturally, right? Yeah, people are using those foods, those injections, and that can cause a lot of problems. If you have Manjaro there, like the example with alcohol too, right? He took that injection, but you see, he got thin there, stayed thin for 1 or 2 months, then everything came back, got married. He's more bloated now. He's more filled up than he was before. It has to be something natural. Willpower is very important too. Diet, I always say that, right? I say the very important one. Right? QDI is a model and definition. Reduction of the ally in definition is Navet O. And nowadays, there are several solutions. I managed, you see, it's a non-attract box that I keep away. Unfortunately for me, it's been 3 years. It's hard. After 40, I'll be honest with you, it's hard. Even training every day, it's hard. And Slim Fever helps us in a natural way to control our appetite, lose weight, lose inches, and achieve a satisfactory result. 20 kilos. I was at 105 kilos, guys. 105 kilos, and now I'm down to 85 kilos. Now I'm at 85, I'm at a good weight, you know. I take it from time to time. When I eat that really greasy barbecue, then I take Slim Fever to help, to burn a little. Because even when we work out, it doesn't matter. We always end up gaining weight. So the link is right here, just below. For anyone who wants to lose weight in a healthy way, with quality, with peace of mind, and also with willpower, Slim Fever. This here is a scandal that came out today. Andre Samada eyes. People are talking a lot, right? Fabiano Gigay and all. But Lula, the journalists are denouncing Zando, Toffoli under Lula's orders, and so on. I don't know. I really don't. Because they're going after Lula too. You see, they're really going after him a lot. Look here. Lula visited the school that honored him off the official schedule. This is serious. It proves that he pulled some strings for the school to make all that fuss about him. And did you know that the Samba school had just moved up? Now it's already been demoted, right? It wasn't just Lula who fell. Remember that all those artists, Lula's cronies, also fell. Along with the school, but the Samba school belonged to someone else. They bought the school during these current times under Inicio's administration. They bought the school, and then the school ended up rising. The leaders of that school were different. The school was sold. Connect one thing to another. The school may indeed have been bought to do this outrageous thing. They bet everything on it. That's it. One thing too, which was Janja's wish. It was Janja's dream to shine on the avenue. They bought the school, thinking it would be a masterstroke live on Globo during prime time. They changed all the rules so the school could be the first to parade. On a Sunday, all of this happened. Ignacio met with representatives of the Samba school outside the official schedule at the Alvarado Palace. At the meeting, Lula got to know the Samba theme, which paid tribute, and posed for photos with the group's shirt, which features his own face. In other words, it's really Lula's Samba school, just like I always say here. Stop this nonsense of involving the people of Niterói in this mess. The honorable people of Niterói have nothing to do with this. It's not academics. No, it's Lula's academics, but actually there isn't a single academic there. Not a single academic there. The meeting is not on Lula's schedule. The occasion was photographed by the photographer. I always say the highest paid photographer in the world, Ricardo Stucker. But the images were not published on the presidency's page. In the photo, Lula appears wearing his school's t-shirt. Next to him are Margarete Menezes, her manager, Jacqueline Azevedo, the number 2 at the Ministry of Culture, Marcio Tavares, and his husband, Jackson Raimundo. He is Director of Historical Documentation at the Presidency of the Republic. He went there and posted the photo on Instagram. Look here, Margarete Menezes. Margarete Menezes. I think this one here is her manager. Manager. These people are joking around. They released this image. This image wasn't supposed to be published, but it ended up being published. It was the official meeting with representatives from the school, discussing what would be Lula's carnival and talking about Margarete Menezes. This here is another bombshell. She's a minister. She's already paid with public money. And then the parade, notice that carnival is already over. It's been days, and the scandals are coming to light, and there's much more to come. Citidan here, she has a carnival parade group, and she sang in this group. And the company received 1 million reais from the Rouanet law. It didn't have to be much. No, it didn't have to be much, no. If this were a serious country, really serious, a lot of people would already be in jail. A lot of people in jail. This is absurd. So, the woman leaves her position as a minister, becomes an artist, and funds are transferred to her. From the government, from her own department, which then passes them to the band she plays in, to the group there. I don't even know what it is. And it's urgent. This is unacceptable. Her ministry approves a project, so her band can raise 1 million through the Rouanet law for her to profit. It's impressive. And look at Lula's case here, Janja. It could make Lula ineligible. Look at what people are saying here. She took part in preparing the parade and even traveled on the Brazilian Air Force to accompany the school. Look, no matter how much Lula tries to distance himself from the electioneering parade of the Académicos de Lula on Carnival Sunday, there are elements that directly link the Partido dos Trabalhadores member, mess seen on Globo. Both the meeting was off the schedule. Now, with what I'm going to say here, right? The main one has a first and last name, Janja Lula da Silva. The First Lady, no, wow, sorry, forgive me. The woman, that's not a First Lady, that's the woman. She was not only enthusiastic about the parade, but, according to Globo, she also tried to obtain funding for electoral propaganda disguised as a tribute. Look here, the antagonist is bringing up another point. Janja also followed the preparations for the parade. On top of that, she traveled to the Barracão of Académicos de Niterói on a Brazilian Air Force flight. As we showed last week, Académicos was authorized to raise more than 5 million reais through the Rouanet law, and even more through the Rouanet law. Coincidentally, during the same period, according to columnist Lauro Jardim, she supposedly worked to talk to business people and finance the parade. The most blatant point of this close relationship between Janja and the Samba school was the confirmation that, on October 6th of last year, she took a jet from the Brazilian Air Force. Alongside ministers Aniela Franco and Luciana Santos, last week, the Partido Liberal filed a petition with the Superior Electoral Court, Requested documents include authorization to access information on the federal government's direct and indirect parade expenses. In practice, former Minister Claudia Bucchianeri not only wants to anticipate the preliminary phase of evidence collection, but also seeks to establish a direct link between the federal government's expenses and the organization of the parade. The extravagance was so great that, yes, Janja could make Lula ineligible, because she was the main person responsible for making all of this happen. Lula is often there with his adult diapers all full. And he lets her do these outrageous things. And it's already being well exposed. It's happening. Partido dos Trabalhadores supporters are desperate. They're not in their comfort zone, not at all. Even people on the left who don't like President Bolsonaro are outraged by the situation in the country.
I'm going to ask a question. In the previous government, with everything I don't agree with Bolsonaro, with everything I don't agree with, did his sons have this kind of scandal?
Don't tell me.
You look it up yourself.
During Bolsonaro's government, teachers got a 33% raise. Now, under Lula, teachers got only 0.37%.
So, what does the President of the Republic want? Stupid people, sorry, but ignorant people, uneducated people, and that's what I'm saying. And the country doesn't change. The country is stuck. I just want to ask a question to all of you who wave party flags. In the previous government, we had this kind of scandal. Lula had barely taken office, and scandals had already started.
And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. People are waking up, becoming aware of all this barbarity. There's already a huge awakening. It's unacceptable. It's a real lack of shame, a real lack of decency. People who have no shame at all. Things are getting more obvious daily. Have you ever thought about it? Dreaming? It doesn't cost anything. If Janja makes Lula ineligible, those activists are going to be so outraged. Oh my, it's going to be a show. And I wouldn't doubt it at all, okay? I wouldn't doubt for a second that this could happen. Let's remember Kassio Nunes, Andre Mendonça is the president and vice president, and I'll support them as much as I can. I'll support them while we see how things go. I'll support both Andre and Kassio. Now is the time to give support. It's not the time to be making faces of disgust. No, I'm going to support a lot. I'm really going to support them. It's their time to shine. Just like Janja wanted to shine on the avenue, it's their time to shine. In their hands is the situation of innocent people and the future of our country. So let's support them. Let's support them. And if we need to criticize, we will. Absolutely. I ask you to share this video on WhatsApp, on Telegram, hit the like button, help us get more engagement here, okay? And come be part of our family by subscribing to the channel. Big hug to everyone. Always stay with God. See you in the next video. Thanks. I'm out.